Right, folks. Working in a building, renovating. And I knew there was going to be some silicon or caulking or whatever it is, yeah? Caulking, caulking. So anyway, this is what I normally use. This is what I've used all my life when I was fitting the double glazing. These are the guns I've used. Now, these, over the years, have got worse. They're not very strong. It's cheap metal. The crap in there, the crap. Apologies for the echo. So anyway, I've been looking on the internet to try and find a new Mastic gun, and I found this. It's the Siligun compact 4-inch. Right? Now, Siligun is the right name for it because it's silly. I've just used one. I wasn't going to review it, to be fair, because I just wasn't going to review it. The thing is, it's like everything I pick up, you review, you pick up, you review, you review. But this got this, and speechless, lost for words. Now, the idea is that it's, in theory, it's a good idea. It really is a good idea. For one, it's got a little hook. Woohoo! A little hook. Woohoo! In here, in the handle, there's some kind of, well, there was something to, well, that's funny, because the other ones I've watched, there's a thing there that you can pull out and you can clean your nozzle. But I won't do it in case I break it. If you've got one of these, look into that little nozzle. There's apparently there's a little thing there that you can pull out and you can clean your nozzle. So what it is, because the idea is because it's so small, you can get into smaller places. When you're getting into tight places where you can't get the length of the gun in or whatever, you get in. So, you get your mastic, chalk, cork, whatever you fucking call it. Right, and there's a little trigger here, and you pull that back. And then you put that in there, let that go, push it forward, and then you pump. You pump. And you pump. And you get there. Right, so what I want to do is, folks, right, what I want to do is, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you off and then I'll be back in a second when I've got myself all together. Right, I've got myself together. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that because what happens is, the more you pull the trigger, this comes out the back. And what it does, it cuts the tube in half so it can go down the gun, yeah? Which is quite good if you need to cut packers when you're fitting double glazing. So when you put that in there, right, when you're using a normal mastic gun, you can turn the thing round, can't you? So you can get a different angle, you can change you can just get a different, sometimes you need to change the angle of the nozzle to get a different, if you've fitted windows, if you've used a Mastic gun, if you're a plumber, you know what I'm on about. But because this is now being cut, see that there is the blade, and it cuts it, yeah? So now, that is it. That's the only way you can do anything. If you put that in wrong, you're knackered, yeah? So anyway, this is hard work. This is when I need Junie, baby. Ooh. So, you put it in. Oh, you're not looking at my stomach. Let's zoom you in a bit more. So, you put it in and you start, right? Your first bit is brilliant. And then you don't want to come out and you're pumping. And you're pumping. And it's leaving gaps. No matter how slow you go, it just doesn't come out nice and even after the first pump. Oh, let me come back a bit. What are you going in, you fat prick? Right. So what happens is, you start off up here. Is it going to zoom in? Right. You start off up there, and then as soon as you step to your next pump, it starts missing. And that's it. Now granted, right, you wet your finger, you pull it down. I'm not too fussed about this wall because we're wallpapering it. Yeah? But it's missing bits. Now, back in the day, when I used to fit the old double glazes and stuff, I've ever told you I was a window fitter. I was shit hot at it, masticing and that. I was really, really good at it. But this doesn't do it. This doesn't do it. Yeah? You just don't. Let me see if I can do it now. Right. So, the first one goes okay. In fact, that ain't even coming out. It's just. You just don't want to keep coming out. Look. You can hear me pulling the trigger. And it's just not doing it. Now, I pushed the clutch forward, it don't want to know. It just don't. Now, if you're in a rush, look, it just don't. I'm pulling the bleeding trigger and there's nothing coming out. Now, the thing is, we all know time is money nowadays, isn't it? Everything's money. Money, money, money. We've got to make money, we've got to live to survive. There's probably some twats blocking the road who's trying to stop oil. But this just doesn't do the job. I can't remember how much it were, but whatever it is, don't bother, folks, because it's the old method. It's the old tried, tested method. We've got to I was fitting windows in the 80s, yeah, and this was the best thing we'd got. You see, the other thing as well is with this, and I think I've actually recorded it earlier when I was using the last thing, the last tube of mastic. What I remember. And you can't get in to angles up here. when you're trying to get in up here, right, and the nozzle's right at the end, I'll put the video on, I'll edit it in now. So, this is part way through the video. I've not even started the video yet, but I'm not going to be using them as this much again. So, look, you can't even get, if you need to change the angle, if you want to just, you're restricted to what you can change your handle, because right, so you've just seen me trying to mastic into that little bit there. You can't do it, you can't get in, and because you've put the tube in and the tube is being cut, you can't spin that nozzle. So, in theory, yeah, it's a good idea, but stick with the old tried and tested method. I watched the bloke review this. It was a paid promotion by Siligun. So he masticed about 3 to 4 foot along the counter, and that was it. Waste of time. So by all means, if you want to have a go with it, buy it, go for it. But next time I get a skip here, I think it's probably going in that. So put in your comments down below if you like these little DIY reviews, and if you don't, I'll still do them anyway. Right folks, laters. Oh, look at my neck.